Well, Deputy Minister, Prime Minister, and Foreign Minister Zaharieva, it's a pleasure to welcome you to Jerusalem. Prime Minister Boyko Borisov is a very close friend of mine and of the State of Israel, and I'm very happy to hear that he is doing well. He's healthy?
Yes.
Back on the job?
Yes, he is very active back on the job.
Please give him
a couple of days.
My warmest regards. And
so he knows everything about Corona now. He passed through this.
he certainly can give some personal experience, but our friendship has a long experience, and it's a shared experience that goes back to Roman times. The Jewish people settled in Bulgaria in Roman times, and of course we never forget the exemplary leadership of the clergy and the intellectuals of Bulgaria in Sofia in World War II, in the Holocaust. We'll never forget that. And since then we've have a blossoming friendship that I personally, as a deputy foreign minister at the time, had something to do with it, so I'm very proud of it. And we of course are taking our relationship into the future in the areas of technology and trade and diplomacy and security and every possible direction. So I'm very happy to have the opportunity to forward these very strong relations, make them even stronger, and to welcome you to Jerusalem.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, really for the kind words. It's an honor for me to be in Jerusalem in COVID era, when it became so difficult to travel and to meet each other personally. I promised to myself, I was complaining that I'm traveling too much and I'm 4 or 5 days per week abroad, but I promised never to complain anymore that I'm traveling. Because this is the job of the foreign minister. It's my pleasure and honor to be here. This year we mark the 30th anniversary of the restoration of bilateral relationship. And as you mentioned, it's connect us a personal friendship between you and my prime minister. But more important is that there are really warm and friendly relationship between our people. And the core is, of course, what you mentioned, the heroic position of my people, because it was done not only by the king, not only by some members of the parliament, but mainly by the ordinary people who didn't allow their friends and their neighbors to be deported during the Second World War, and they saved actually the whole Jewish population on the territory of Bulgaria. Unfortunately, we couldn't prevent from deportation 11,346 people who were not on the territory of Bulgaria, but this part of the neighboring country was they were Bulgarian administration. But this is something that I'm really proud of my people, because the Bulgarians saved their friends and neighbors, Jews, during the Second World War too.
Well, we know it, and I'll never forget the telegram that the Nazi representative wrote back to Berlin, and he explained that the reason this happened is that the Bulgarian people have not yet reached a sufficient level of development. This was.
I prefer to remain less developed.
So I said,
in this case,
let all of humanity be on this level of development.
Yes.
We remember this as a great example of courage and integrity.
But we should remember that period and educate our youngest generation, because unfortunately xenophobia, hatred, and it didn't stop, and we should fight with this every day, and which is something that we continue to do, not only by condemning some such kind of action, but by actions. For every such kind of post, tweet, statement, or whatever that which we see in Bulgaria, we immediately react through our services.
Well, we're very happy to have this shared past, and I think not this shared past, but this past of a shining example of humanity in the midst of great darkness. So the Jewish people have one thing: they have a long memory, and we never forget our friends.
Thank you.
So you're welcome as friends here.